Hello again. In this tutorial I will be showing you how to handle speed limits, or as they are called in this program, speed decisions, how to input reduce speed areas, priority rules, and conflict areas for merging. So this already has the same amount of vehicles on it as last time. I'm going to double check to make sure that these are okay. They're 50-50. I'm going to change that back to 66 and 34. And actually double check this as well. I recommend you do this whenever you come back into your program after you've been away for a while. Just to make sure everything is the way that you had thought it was. I'm just going to make this a little bit more. I get 1200. Okay, so now, as you can see here when we run the simulation, there's a bit more cars than last time, so you can see a little bit better of a flow. I'm just trying to make sure here that some vehicles are still going, and it appears that we have a bit of an issue. So let's stop this, come back to this, and here's why. Because this is the wrong speed decision here. And this is still actually set at 66, and this is still at 0. So this is something else that you should pay attention to so you don't look foolish like I do right now. Okay, so let's see. Make sure this works. Just gotta wait for at least one to go over to the other. Okay, got a few going over now. So, with that, these vehicles are all going kind of whatever speed that they would like. So I'm going to set up a desired speed decision. And since this is a 3-lane, we're going to pretend like it is a highway. So I'm going to click New, and it's going to be for vehicle class 10, which is cars. And we're going to set it to 100 kilometers per hour, which is about 65 miles an hour. And we'll tell that to go. Then we'll come over here, get us reduce speed area. This, you need to select the link, right click and hold, click and drag, create another vector. Then have it go in there. You need to, again, select the vehicle class, what speed you want them to go to. We'll say 25, so it's a drastic deceleration, feet per second, 65.2, or 6.562, excuse me. And we can move this around if we like. I'm going to move it down a little bit and actually elongate this link too, so you can really see the difference of how things perform. So we're going to click play, save changes, yes. We have all these vehicles coming in at these speeds, and you can see that they drastically slow down right here in order to catch up, or slow down and prepare for the reduced speed decision. So you don't have to worry about them slowing down before setting your speed decision early. Just set it where you want it, and vehicles will adjust properly for it. You can see vehicles here just continue along their way and go whatever speed that they were already set at. Oh, and I just realized another error, that here we only have one speed decision in the middle lane. We need to set it for each lane. They're all now set for 100. I noticed a couple of cars there were going much faster than others. Here we go. Now you can see that they pass the speed limit and begin to accelerate, just as people really do on the real roads. Okay, you can see these people slow down dramatically down to 25 kilometers per hour. So the next thing I'm going to show you about is priority rules and conflict areas. So we're going to create a new link. Going to be similar to an on-ramp. So we'll create a link and a connector, just one lane each, and we're going to connect to lane 1 and lane 1. You can see it's correct, it's not connected to the lane over here. I'm going to right click, move this over, calculate the splines so it looks all pretty. And now we also need to set a new vehicle input. And just so that you can see exactly how things are going to work, I'm going to set it to be very high. Actually, I'll set it to be the exact same amount, all coming through one lane. And I need to set this to 1. We should be good. I'm going to elongate this link so you can see a bit better what is actually going on. And we'll set speed decision here. We'll edit it here, and we're just going to say they're going to be coming in at, say, 60 kilometers per hour, as opposed to flying in at whatever speed they feel like. So, if we just play through this, it's a bit difficult to see, but you see it every now and again, that vehicles do not wait. You see that yellow one just plowed through that black one there. That is obviously not what we want. So what we're going to do is we can set up a priority rules, essentially a yield sign, for this on-ramp here. We will select right here. This is the stop line that they will stop and yield to for other vehicles. And over here, we will add this green line. And these are the vehicles that they're going to be yielding for. You can select where it is, you can name it, number it, all that jazz, just like everything else. And other things you can do is set a minimum gap time in between cars, and I'm going to say 5 seconds. And I would also like to extend this minimum headway to, let's say, 90 feet. So now, any vehicles in between here, these guys are going to be looking out for, so it is easier and quicker to see. I'm going to up the amount of vehicles coming through here, make it 3,000, and save, click play. You can see vehicles coming in this way. And now you can see vehicles, even this one, coming and stopping. And it's going to create backup like you would see on a regular highway, vehicles trying to enter. Now these vehicles should possibly be able to get in. Maybe these vehicles are going too fast. These are settings that you're going to need to play around with until you figure it out. Another way you can achieve the same thing, and I will delete this by clicking and dragging it off of it, and ask if I want to delete it. Yes, I do. And you can go to conflict areas, and you can see here if you left click anywhere where there may be a conflict, let's say with this on-ramp here, you have this roadway converging with this roadway, potential for collisions. So if you right click on any area where they both are coinciding, I'll just pick down this area here. You can see it changes it from the passive yellow, which basically means it is inactive, to a clear rule where this traffic here has the right of way, whereas this traffic here in the red does not. You can continue to right click to switch it up. Now it's the exact opposite, or you can have it be so that they are both looking out for each other and there's no clear right of way, whoever just gets it first. And you can just cycle through. I'm going to go with this here. And so now I will click play for you. You guys save the changes. You can see these vehicles begin to slow down here whenever there is oncoming traffic to allow them to stop. And there are no actual priority rules put in place like we did before. They kind of just handle themselves. It's kind of like the automatic way of doing it instead of the manual way of doing it. Something else I would like to note, now that there are a lot more vehicles coming through up here, you see there's a bit more congestion up here. And this is because vehicles are attempting to wait to the last second before they make their decision, or they have made their decision, but they refuse to turn until the very last minute. This is somewhat realistic with certain drivers out there, as I'm sure you all know. but it's not realistic for quite that many. What you can do to relieve this situation, and I do mention it in the manual, you can double click on one of these here, and you see lane change, which going at 65 miles an hour, 656 feet back is not very far. We're going to say 2,000. Let's hope I have enough link space for that. And I do. And I'll say for this one as well, 2,000. And let's see if that will alleviate the problem. And yes, you can see back here that we're going to change lanes a bit more sooner instead of waiting all the way till here, where they will literally stop traffic and cause a whole bunch of congestion, which is not good for your network. But okay, that concludes this tutorial.